The war started in our land and we were sitting in the basement for a month. We had a supply of potatoes and we were trying to warm ourselves sitting in the jackets. The shell fell right near us, the wall in the barn collapsed, everything was in debris. It was very hard. They dug trenches near the house, shooting and artillery attacks, and we were hiding in the corners. It was very scary there. It felt like death was coming.
Just think of it, like death is coming. This is the feeling with which the children of Donbass live at home every day. Many of them didn't know any other life.
Well, how was the trip? Great. Who's here for the first time? Raise your hands. We made our first acquaintance in social networks. Relatives and mothers themselves started sending me the information about tragedies when children were blown up by mines and suffered from shelling. They were maimed, left without legs and without arms. It was a great shock for me. Back in 2014, I kind of came to terms with my own fate when I myself got severely disabled. I lost my limbs, legs and hands, and when I saw these photos from hospitals, from the scenes of the tragedy, I was shaken to the core. My first room, hall, kitchen were there. Somehow I persuaded myself that you can't do anything, you can't influence the situation in any way. It's out there somewhere. There is a civil war going on. We want the war to stop. We want everything to be great. But over time, the situation has changed. And I realized that the time is ripe, the time has come, and all the circumstances led me there, to Donbass, to those kids.
This is 2021 footage. Paralympian Alexei Talai in Donbass, at his own peril and risk. This is his first visit to Donbass. The roads are potholed with shell craters, houses without windows, power and water outages. But the people were still there. They do not want to leave their native land. On some days we even went to bed in clothes, so that in case of shelling at night it happened, we could quickly run out and hide in the basement.
How old were you when it started?
I just finished the 9th grade, 15.
Is this your child today? Yes, it's mine.
In August, it will be 9 years since the children in the Donetsk and Lugansk regions come under shelling on a regular basis. There are children dying there, hundreds of child deaths, thousands of injured. Official statistics do not give the exact figures, and there are so many children maimed forever. She had everything turned out, she can't move her leg. The shelling began and the territory was captured by Ukrainian nationalists. Then they left and the people remained actually on the line of contact. Ola took the youngest baby and went to put the cattle on with her. And just at the moment, a shell flew into the house. Tanya survived only because she was sitting dressed already at the exit. Those two kids died. There was a funnel instead of a house. When we were in Germany, we were also offered to stay in Germany, but to ask for asylum in Germany, we had to say that we were attacked by Russia. Naturally, I refused. In 2021, the multiple world and European champion held a tournament and a swimming masterclass in Donetsk. In a year, the children took part in the championship in Belarus and got the first medals in their life. And at the same time, while being in Donetsk, Alexei Talay for the first time mentioned the project, not knowing that he was going to carry it out.
Or maybe we will even invite you to Belarus, to our children's camps. We will think about it.
In Minsk, Alexei Talay told what he had seen to the president of Belarus. He asked Alexander Lukashenko not to leave the children of Donbass alone in trouble. The very same year, the first children arrived in Minsk. The goal was not only recovery, but also medical treatment. Tanya Chernobyl was who denied treatment in Germany for not admitting that Russia was to blame for everything, was treated by the best Belarusian doctors. She was examined and treated in several clinics at once. She was given the hope that she could be running someday. She underwent rehabilitation in Belarus several times, and today she's sending greetings from the Donetsk region from her native Uglegorsk. I miss Belarusian people who visited me in hospital, and I miss the doctors. They are good. They made me feel so good, so cool.
People come to us and we give a priority to children with disabilities. They visit our rehabilitation centers. They undergo a full rehabilitation course. I gave an electric wheelchair to one of the kids, a legendary one from Paralympic Games in Tokyo, Japan, and it helped him to finally start walking. It made us happy. It made happy all the doctors and rehabilitation therapists who worked with him there.
And here is well-known Ilya Konovalov. He is 10. He has a complex form of cerebral palsy. The first time he came to Belarus, he was in a wheelchair. He couldn't do anything. He was just not able. When he came the third time, he learned to brush his teeth himself. His mother gave a glowing account on his treatment. He could not walk at all.
Never in his life.
Never.
Great.
The first group of children from the DPR, children with disabilities accompanied by adults, parents or authorized persons, arrived in Belarus in September 2021. Two more groups from the DPR, 14 and 28 people, underwent rehabilitation in 2022. All of them were boys and girls who needed high-quality medical care. There are more than 1,000 families in Donetsk with children like Ilya and Veronica, and mothers, I want to tell you, are already close to despair because they can't leave. It is very difficult for us with all this. Some people have to live with a sick child under fire and without water. And I'm not even talking about the latter because we are used to living in such terrible conditions. Belarus did not divide children into any categories. The only thing that was needed was medical referral. In the first year, in 2021, a group of children without disabilities also arrived. 131 children had recreation in the Zubrona camp. We met them at the station. This trip was very necessary for our children because we have been at war for 7 years. Our children almost never go anywhere. Don't give up, continue to live, even if you have lost a lot of things. The children were accommodated in Narach, Soligorsk district, Novopolotsk, Strashitsky городок. In 2022, the largest group of children also arrived. There were almost 900 of them. Then there were a few more small groups. In 2023, they kept on coming. In total, almost 3,000 children had recreation in Belarus. By the way, the guys in the camp prepared all the parties and concerts themselves. Of course, the elders helped, but ideas and the initiative came from them. Beauty contest, Miss and Mister of the camp, the best squad. Can you imagine such self-actualization at their place, where there is a war? What do you want to be when you grow up? A circus gymnastics coach. I haven't decided yet.
Покажешь нам тут чего-нибудь?
Да.
Ух ты! Аккуратненько. Не больно тебе?
Давайте я вам тоже скажу.
Давай.
Сейчас.
Ого! Это все вы здесь научились или?
Нет, ну в Горловке занимаюсь.
We have a playroom here. Guys gather here in their leisure time to play different games.
Haven't got used to it. They are wanting to tell each other about the rich program in Belarus and what they like. They tell about their life here and listen to what they lay emphasis is on.
There's always hot water, light, soundproofing.
We adore this food. It is very tasty. Well-fed, happy, engaged in activities suitable to their age, and fearless. Not boring at all, not a moment of peace. There is fun and joy everywhere, and I'm very happy that I came here. They are warmed up, the guys literally come to live in Belarus. They become children. Of course, not without the help of the ecologist, you have to work with creepy stories.
When we left the basement, I did not know what to do. I lost my best friend. This was really scary.
I came from Makeyevka, there is a war going on, it's booming almost every day.
Каждый день почти стреляют. Стреляют очень сильно.
They are shooting very loud, one time, two times, very loud. I wish peace to come soon. They tell painful stories about what's going on at home. 9-year-old Masha misses her sister and dad, but that's not what tears come from. Everyone is tired of endless explosions and even those peaceful sirens. At first, they induced fear and only later interest. The children at first could not understand why it was so quiet here. They could not understand at first why it was quiet. Children are cheerful, active, they like it here. There are a lot of activities. The children have a mental rest. Being safe in Belarus, albeit for a while, it is so important for them to hear from their families. They are in touch with them every day. The day before yesterday, I went to my workplace. We were attacked by incendiary shell. The grandmother's house was on fire. We used the last water to extinguish fire, only that the house did not catch fire. It's hard to imagine how much the mom is hiding back at this moment, in order not to remind the boy of it once again. The scar on his neck still hurts. Yes, he misses, but she would so love to prolong his childhood at least for a couple of days.
I even made connections here in order to get enrolled and study in Belarus. I dreamed to be a lifeguard, and the fact that I had a wound let me down at the beginning. At first, I was morally discouraged, but I'm starting to recover. I took up sports to somehow restore my neck.
Yaroslav is already at home, he does not give up training. The goal reminded, and today, being in Donetsk, he recalls Belarus together with his mother.
The children and I were making this drawing on our way to Belarus, and we thought over this drawing for a long time. We decided to unite our homeland, Donbass, with the Republic of Belarus.
We are grateful to the organizers of this trip that the children spent at least some time in peace and quiet. And here's what author Lukashenka saw when he returned home.
Exactly 1 year ago, a bomb hit my house. My aunt and my cousin live here. He's 7 years old. We used to walk in his yard, have fun, play, but now there is a burned-out car here. It's very bad when children in our time live in war. When you come home, you're in a good mood. Everything is very good. But not in our case. When you come home, you're in a good mood. Everything is very good. But not in our case. When you come home, you hear the sounds of explosions, the sounds of planes flying overhead.
What is your best memory of Belarus?
Beauty, polite people, beautiful skies above, soccer fields, tennis courts, beach tennis courts, a nice arena where we played. It's peaceful there, we walk safely there. I miss Belarus because it is peaceful there, we could walk safely everywhere.
In their native towns and villages, they have problems with infrastructure. Schools are destroyed, the textbooks are burned. Belarusian teachers study Donetsk portfolios and prepare a program for them.
Very good teachers, 2 or 3 lessons, even better than ours. This is so as not to forget anything, so that we remembered it when we go to school.
In Belarus, they get to know the world. They go on excursions, visit museums and churches, memorable places, Khatyn, the Stalin Line, our castles. Also, some of them are swimmers. This is the Dolphins Club, and now they visited a real dolphinarium in Minsk.
This is my first time here. I like it.
We watched the stars and went to the Space Museum. Space is a fantastic place. Everything here is interesting, fascinating. They rooted for the president in a hockey game.
That's all for you. Thanks, guys. I even got a baseball cap. The president of Belarus took it off and put it on me.
They attended the president's Christmas party in the place of the Republic and received gifts from the farmstead of the Belarusian president. They need so little for happiness, the children's worries, but there is one thing they need most of all. We are now begging for peace. They are helping us now, and we are happy. Belarus shows how one can live, how to be friends, appreciate love. Belarus teaches to believe again that the good wins.
I made a wish that when I returned to Lysychansk, I would see all industrial and brand new, as if it were just built. Like this wonderful city of yours, Novopolotsk, and I would like to see my mom and dad again. Everybody safe and sound.
We will take a piece of peace, kindness, warmth with your permission. We will take it home, we will breed it there. We will all get better, and we will definitely invite you to visit us. Children cry when they leave, and what do you feel while sending them back?
Sending them back is hard. Of course, we cry at the stations. Look at them. They show us hearts in the windows of train cars. They have tears in their eyes, so do we. What thoughts do we have? We're sending them to the unknown, to the war. We can pray, and we do pray.